In 2001, a man bought an old wine cabinet from an estate sale. Inside was something far darker than anyone could have imagined. Strange smells, terrifying nightmares, shadows creeping in the night, and a curse that spread to everyone who touched it. This was no ordinary antique. This was the Dybbuk box, the most haunted object ever sold online. Before we dive into the story, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Think Again, where we uncover the mysteries that refuse to die. The story begins with a man named Kevin Mannis, a small business owner from Portland, Oregon. In 2001, he purchased a vintage wine cabinet at an estate sale. The cabinet had belonged to a woman who had survived the Holocaust in Poland. Before her death, she had warned her family, never open the box. Kevin thought it was just an ordinary antique. But soon after bringing it to his shop, strange things began happening. He and his employees reported overpowering smells of jasmine and cat urine, lights flickering, and terrifying shadows moving just out of sight. Customers would walk in and suddenly feel faint. And then, the dreams started. Kevin wrote that he and anyone who touched the box began experiencing the same recurring nightmare. An old demonic hag standing at the foot of their bed. Terrified, Kevin decided to give the box to his mother as a gift. The moment she received it, she suffered a stroke. When friends and family took possession of the Dybbuk box, they too reported horrifying experiences. Hair falling out, sudden illnesses, paranormal activity in their homes. The same shared nightmare of the demonic old woman. By now, Kevin was convinced the box was cursed. Desperate to get rid of it, Kevin listed the cabinet for sale on eBay. But he didn't just sell it quietly. He wrote a full description of the terrifying events linked to the box. His listing went viral. Thousands of people read about the Dybbuk box, fascinated and horrified by the story. And eventually, it sold to a man named Jason Haxton, the director of a museum of medical history. Jason thought he could study the box scientifically. Instead, he too became a victim. He claimed the box caused him to develop strange rashes, internal bleeding, and choking fits. Electronic devices around him began to fail. Jason eventually locked the Dybbuk box in an acacia wood container lined with gold to try to contain whatever was inside. But the mystery didn't end there. To understand the box, we need to go back to Jewish folklore. A Dybbuk is said to be a restless spirit, a malicious ghost that clings to the living, tormenting them until exorcised. Could the Holocaust survivor have trapped such a spirit inside the wine cabinet to prevent it from harming others? Was the box really a prison for something ancient and evil? The story caught the attention of paranormal investigators and even Hollywood. In 2018, Zach Baggins, host of Ghost Adventures, purchased the Dybbuk box and put it on display at his haunted museum in Las Vegas. Even there, countless visitors reported feelings of dread, nausea, fainting spells, and seeing strange apparitions. Even rapper Post Malone claimed to have been cursed after touching it, saying that weeks later his private jet had to make an emergency landing after its tires blew out. Soon after, he was involved in a car crash, and then his house was broken into. Coincidence or the curse of the Dybbuk box? Of course, not everyone believes. Some researchers have accused Kevin Mannis of creating the story as a piece of interactive horror fiction. Some argue the Dybbuk box is nothing more than a cleverly marketed haunted object, amplified by the internet and Hollywood. But even skeptics admit one thing. Too many people have claimed too many terrifying experiences after coming into contact with it. So, was the Dybbuk box truly cursed, responsible for illness, nightmares, and misfortune? Or was it simply the product of belief, coincidence, and fear amplified by the internet? Perhaps the real horror isn't inside the box at all, but in the way our own minds can turn stories into reality. And that's exactly why we need to think again.